Welcome, Dominators, to my second attack against Воины, света. As you saw, first attack didn't go quite so smoothly. After the elephant archer spawned, I was pretty much doomed. Luckily, at least their number one didn't get more against me than I get against him. So he got only 3 stars. So hopefully my risk with the defensive coalitions this time will pay off. Their number 2 is basically a copy-paste of their number 1. So I have another go. And as you can see, also bazooka sentry here, nicely in the middle. But number 2 has also level 7 Egyptians. So maybe even a harder base than yesterday's number 1. Similar to number 1, basically everything is maxed out. Level 248. My approach this time will be slightly different. I will approach it from the 4 corners, and the approach will be so that I will spawn my tank destroyers and generals here, coming from this side, and then next drop will be here. 1 troop card, and then rest of 2 APCs, 2 field office, and 3 bazookas. Then from this side I will approach it the same way. After I have put my troops here, I will use decoy in the middle of the here, right here, outside of the anti-tank guns range, to take care of the mortar fire as well as these 2 maxed out readouts. After that, I will fly my 4 strike fighters against the bazooka sentry. I'm not sure if the Egyptians will increase the hit points also of the bazooka sentry. Anyways, I will run 1 decoy here, and well, basically before the decoy, I will spawn my troops here, and then I will see if the bazooka sentry is still standing. I will send 2 more strike fighters against it, and then 1 decoy here. To neutralize this mortar as well as the other defensive structures here. Then I will drop my main army, 3 field office, 2 troop cards from this side, and then I will be ready with the blitzkrieg. And let's see how we do. And then I have 1 betrayal this time, because I'm expecting this one also to be filled with elephant archers, and 3 decoys, hopefully. No, I probably need to use 1 decoy here against this mortar, somewhere around this edge of the wall here. And then I will have 2 decoys as well as 1 betrayal against elephant archers. So this is the plan. Let's see if it goes better than yesterday or even worse. No offensive collisions, as you guys know from yesterday, if you watched. So let's see how we do. For some reason the attack doesn't want to start. Okay, finally it did. So here are a couple of comments actually from after the attack. I don't want to ruin it to you guys, but this attack was a pretty big fail. And the main issue was actually that I got in, I think, at least 1 heavy hit from the missile silo into my main army that took down the bottom right side army, well, most of it at least. And that meant that this right side army wasn't able to fight back against the spawning troops. because you need to know so highly level player definitely has his university pretty much maxed out as well. So I was hesitant already before the attack that if I split my army into 3, will I have enough firepower? But the missile silo in this case sometimes can be a little bit unpredictable, because my mercenaries and generals were nicely clumped together on the top left hand side, but still the missile silo chose its target from my main army, and the main army probably got a little bit all too much together trying to get through this the wall hole that was sapped by my wall sapper. And the other big mistake was that I forgot to deploy my my alliance troops, and that basically meant that I wasn't able to even get the town center because the Forbidden City was here left standing. Here at the end I just tried to take down the air defense and was hoping to take it down with my strike fighter, but this was an ultimate fail at its finest. I think the plan was should have gone a little bit safer route with splitting my main army into 2 and making sure that I at least get 4 stars. Going after 5 stars this time was a bit too much without the offensive collisions, and the risk was too big and didn't pay off this time. But I will now show you the end screen if my failed attack actually made us to lose the war or not. So guys, as you can see, we managed to barely win this war, even though despite my 2 failed attacks. We got 70 versus 70 points and better destruction percentage, although we could have gotten 71 and 70, but Devstreaming decided to attack number 2 because the victory was already in the back, based on the destruction percentage already before his attack. And he managed to get 2 stars just as I did, and he got a little bit better destruction percentage, so but it didn't help us much. But luckily it was no pressure attack, otherwise he could have easily taken down this number 12. But he decided to try with the regular mixed army against number 2. And our bases actually held up really nicely this time. They only tried my base once. I guess their strongest attacker took number 1 and number 2. And he got 3 stars against me. And their 3 sandbags of course didn't attack at all. And the 4th at the back there didn't seem to have much attacking power either. So very close call because there was a lot to lose. So some good news despite of the failed attack. Cheers!